I am in the middle of two extremes. My mother is from Europe, where they pretty much breed white people, and my father is from the hood somewhere in the South. Because of my experiences with both black and white people, I am not susceptible to offense in race related situations. Now, the reason I say this is because I was really surprised to see the new trailer for the Annie movie. For those of you who don't know anything about this, the famous Broadway show, originally adapted from the comic strip Little Orphan Annie, that starred a young, red haired child, is being remade. In this adaptation, the Caucasian main character is being turned into a little black girl played by Quvenzhané Wallis, a name so ethnic I think I just got darker just by saying it. The rich, fatherly character of Daddy Warbucks is being replaced by Will Stacks, G. Subtle, who is played by Jamie Foxx. The songs of the movie are being rewritten to have a more modern, more R&B slash hip hop sound to them. I think the kids will probably like it so long as they don't have any foreknowledge of the franchise's origins. But people who enjoyed the original Annie will probably be shocked and may have some objections. I honestly have none. However, this is not a new thing. Whenever a character that is of one ethnicity is played by an actor of another ethnicity, is called race bending. And this is a common occurrence, and people are generally unhappy about it. But why? Some would say that it's racism, some would say it's an unwillingness to embrace change. I say,
just be glad it's not the minstrel shows of the early 1900s.
a brief history lesson. In the early 1900s, minorities were not allowed to play people of their own ethnicities. If a white character in a movie needed a black character to talk at, yes, at, the black character would often be played by a white person in black makeup. And I'm not talking about the black makeup that will actually make it seem like the white person is actually a black person. I just mean that it's a white person who slapped some black grease on their face and maybe left the area around their mouth clear to make it seem like the exaggerated big lip feature that most people think black people actually have. Similar actions were taken later in the century, like Mickey Rooney playing the Asian landlord Iwai Yunioshi in Breakfast at Tiffany's, or John Wayne's portrayal of Genghis Khan in The Conqueror. Yeah, that happened. This opens a small can of worms and makes visible a double standard. Often, characters in movies portrayed by Caucasians that are intended for minorities are met with negative reviews, while minorities playing originally Caucasian characters are not. This is stupid. If a character is a minority, but played by a Caucasian actor, or vice versa, race can add to a character, and it's never a bad thing. Now, just an example of this. Off the top of my head, I'm thinking of the Daredevil movie, and I'm going to give you a second just to complain about how much you hate it. You done? Great. Now, in the Daredevil movie, the main antagonist was the Kingpin, Wilson Fisk, originally a Caucasian character. However, the directors and the producers decided to cast Michael Clark Duncan, you know, that guy from the Green Mile, to play the character. Now, I think it added to the character myself because Michael Clark Duncan was, in fact, a large, hulking individual, and his deep voice just made it seem like he demanded authority. And I just think he kind of played the character well. Now, some people may wonder, well, if they remake other movies and switch the races of characters, that could be a bad thing. Well, just for an example of that, I'll be using my favorite movie for perspective. And this movie, easily seen as a cinematic masterpiece, is Pulp Fiction from the movie mastermind Quentin Tarantino. In the movie, two of the main characters, Jules Winfield and Vincent Vega, are pretty central. They're in a lot of the scenes and they can be considered very important to the story. Now, Jules is portrayed well because Samuel L. Jackson is a loud and intense actor who fits the character model of a dedicated yet overly religious hitman. Vincent is good because John Travolta is good at playing the slimy, world-wise mafioso characters who are always above the usual gangsters. Now, could the characters be good if the actors were swapped? Of course! Think about it. What if Vincent Vega was played by some level-headed black character that was never bothered by anything? Or what if Jules Winfield was a stark, raging lunatic of a white person? I don't think it would be a problem. I mean, yes, it would be a problem because they remade Pulp Fiction and you just don't do that, but it wouldn't be that bad. Now, back on the original subject, I think that the Annie movie will probably be an astounding meh. I think the movie will make a lot of money when it opens, but I don't think people will really care that much afterwards. And it can't be that bad, can it? I mean, because I have to say that anyone who is against the movie, let's be honest, the movie can't be that bad. Could it? And anyone who thinks that this is just the worst thing to happen to humanity since the Black Plague and the Holocaust combined are, well, how should I put this? Uneducated in the finer things in life.